Welcome back everyone, it's time to explore some of the latest and greatest Skyrim mods that released in the past month. So let's jump right in with the mod called Ultra Greatswords, or more simply, just Ultraswords. This mod features giant versions of your classic sword variants, which are heavier and slower than your normal greatsword, but pack a punch with greater reach and damage, making them a powerful weapon to wield and incredibly fun to use. They also make your character look damn cool as you walk around with a giant menacing sword sitting on your back. What may seem a little gimmicky at first actually surprised me by how well they play in Skyrim's combat. On top of that, there are 4 unique swords to collect that are much harder to craft but come with a powerful enchantment such as the Giant Crusher that is bigger and even more powerful. Honestly, this is a 10 out of 10 mod for me, would recommend everyone to try them out and proceed to crush all your enemies into dust. Also just quickly, another weapon mod called Lordsworn Sword got released, which features a beautiful two-handed sword based on the Elden Ring counterpart. As a big fan of greatswords, this was another mod that I had to try and was not disappointed. With its stunning aesthetic and highly detailed design, it's truly a great sword. Easily crafted with the steel smithing perk, it's also great to get early on in your Skyrim playthrough. Moving on is a new tattoo mod called Obi Warpaints. This mod features an array of warpaints for both your male and female characters with absolutely stunning designs. All lore friendly, there are 40 in total, with one set focused around Celtic and Norse elements, giving a sort of Viking vibe, and the other set inspired by the World of Warcraft, featuring more fantasy elements. All look fantastic in game and will help bring your character creations to life. Again, I highly recommend you check them out. Next is a mod called the Archwood, a Falkreath tree overhaul, which will replace all the trees in Falkreath forest with an overgrown jungle. These new trees are very unique and will turn the forest into something you've never experienced before. Inspired by Valenwood, this jungle features tall branching trees overgrown with ivy and hanging moss, as well as an assortment of colourful tropical plants that coat the forest floor below. As night falls, you will then be treated to a bioluminescent display as the plants begin to light up all around you, very much reminding me of Pandora in the Avatar movies. Now this mod isn't lore friendly, but it's not meant to be. Instead, it provides a totally new atmosphere for you to experience in Skyrim, and one that I thoroughly enjoyed. It's also very much still a work in progress, so you may come across floating trees or other plants, but you can still try it out for yourself and look forward to any future updates. Staying with flora mods, we have a couple of very unique grass mods, the first being the Morthal Swamp Mushroom Grass Overhaul. This mod will completely replace the grass in Morthal Swamp with a covering of dense mushrooms. Given it's a swamp, it makes sense that all these mushrooms would grow there, but it also just provides the area with a uniqueness it's never had before and a point of difference from the rest of Skyrim. Often a place forgotten, this mod also makes Morthal a more interesting area to explore and creates a pretty cool aesthetic. Performance-wise, it wasn't too bad considering how dense I have my grass set, but the mushrooms do have a very low poly count that is noticeable in-game. And the other grass mod by the same author targets the volcanic area called Kemper's Volcanic Tundra Overhaul Prehistoric Forest. This mod places colourful plants and undergrowth to the barren wasteland that creates a sort of prehistoric landscape. Again, this overhaul creates a very unique environment that you would never experience at this location before, and would work great if you're trying to create a wild Skyrim. However, regarding performance, this one felt a lot heavier for my personal setup, and would need some tweaking on my end to have a smoother experience. Also, if you're interested, the same author has a few other similar mods that target grass in certain locations. These two are just my favourite picks, but definitely check out their mod page if you're looking for more. Up next, we have the mod called Liminal Portals. Very simply, this mod adds a series of spells that allows you to create portals between 2 locations on the map, effectively creating an alternate way to fast travel. For example, if I cast one portal in Windhelm and another in Riverwood, I can now easily travel between the two locations. In total, you can create up to 6 portal links, and recasting the same portal will just move it to the new location. Now you may be thinking, why not just use the fast travel system already in Skyrim? But maybe you want a more immersive way to fast travel, or what I found really useful was when in the middle of a dungeon I could quickly create a portal, go back to town and heal up or get some more supplies, then go right back to where I was without having to backtrack, something that I always found limiting in the original game. It's also based on a spell system, so in most cases only a mage would be able to take advantage of these portals. Overall, it's a fun and unique way to fast travel around Skyrim. Continuing with the fast travel theme is another mod called Immersive Shortcuts, which adds several shortcuts across Skyrim for you to find and explore. Most of these shortcuts will either go under a mountain with long winding tunnels, or over the top using a mountain pass. For example, one of the first shortcuts you will encounter is an abandoned mine that stretches under the throat of the world, connecting Riverwood to Ivarstead. And while this might seem more convenient, all the shortcuts have multiple branches and offshoots, so make sure to read the signs to get to the correct place you want to go, because if you do make a wrong turn, you may come across an angry mob of enemies who just found their next victim. Other than that, it's an immersive and safe way to travel. Next is a simple replacement mod called Diverse Farm Fences, which adds some variety to the type of fences you'll come across. In Skyrim, all the farm fences are the same, but with this mod, certain locations will now feature a wider variety of type and different materials, creating a more believable and immersive world. The mod also utilizes the base object swapper, so is very compatible even with larger load orders. And lastly is the mod called Freija's Armor, which adds a high quality set of light armor for both male and female characters. Craftable at the forge, the armor also comes with HGT SMP physics and features body armor, gloves and boots. I would say it's also lore friendly and sticks to the art style of Skyrim fairly well. It's also available for different body mods such as CBBE, SAM and UMP. Overall, it's just a quality set of armor for you to use in Skyrim. And that's all for today. Before you go, just quickly a small update. At the start of the year, I made a goal to cover some of the best new Skyrim mods each month, and while I will continue to do so, I won't be forcing myself to make one every month. Instead, I will showcase a collection of high quality new mods every few months or so. This way, I can focus on more Skyrim Overhaul and unique videos going forward. Otherwise, thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you again next time. Stay safe and take care.